I am live. What's eating you? Psychology Eats is here too. Ain't nobody in here but me. Hi everyone. When there's a one in here, I guess it's had a smell. It doesn't really have a smell to it. I haven't been live. I keep saying I'm going live. Hi Cheryl. I'm trying to do this live outside. I don't know how long it's gonna last, so because I'm scared of bugs. I am scared of the bugs. Hi everyone. Hi Irene. Shimoff. Shimoff. Hi everybody. Yes, I'm live. I know I always say I'm gonna go live, and I even will tell people I'm going live, and then just something happens, and I'm like, I'm not going live now. So I decided to go live, even though I took my hair out. So I had to put on this bonnet, honey. I had to. I said I was going live earlier, and then I took down the advertisement because I was like, ugh, I don't know if I'm going live or not. I don't know if I feel like it. I wish I had your energy to go live, and I was sitting live, but to conduct the live, I'm like, I don't feel like it. But then I wanted to do a pre-recorded video, just talking about what's happening in the tea sector, in the sector right now. Thank you. What was happening, what's been going on. Really, it's the same old thing, kind of everybody else is talking about. I know. I know the other night, here for the tea, I had insomnia. So I was like, let me see if I know like YouTube can't be active. It's like 4:30 in the morning. There's no way it's active right now. Even California is asleep. Lost you. Oh, okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I'm back. So, yeah. I said, well, damn, I guess YouTube always lit. But usually, nah, I don't go live too much because I don't always have what to talk about. That's why I always do my pre-recorded videos and just put it out there like that. But it has been interesting listening to channels talk about the whole interview with Benji and Adrian. So, of course, for me, the takeaway from the interview was more when Adrian was talking about her mental illness and just talking about when she said, what her diagnosis had been in the past, what and how she, was on meds and all that kind of stuff. That was more interesting to me about the whole interview than the other stuff. I think a lot of the other things we knew. Maybe some new subscribers or new people over in this sector maybe didn't know some of the history Adrian has regarding like the prostitution and that sort of stuff. But for a lot of us, that was stuff we had already knew about her. But the one part that hi Linda, the one thing that she talked about being bipolar, and I think she had said that already. Adrian had said that she's been diagnosed with bipolar, but oftentimes when you go into prison, when people go into prison, they will attempt to play that mental health card. Sorry, guys. I'm back. I had to come in the house. I have to come back in. But anywho, now I'm hot. Let me see. I hope y'all can hear me. But what was I saying? Oh, the Benji and the Adrian interview. Oh, I thought it was a little cute little interview, honestly. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm back in the house. Y'all might hear my fan because I got the pause and I gotta have a fan on me at all times. But anyway, I thought the interview was fine for what it is. I mean, we in the T sector, we in the slow sector. I mean, some of these people was acting like Benji should have been out here being Barbara Walters or Oprah Winfrey. I don't think Benji is a trained interviewer, is he? I mean, is he a journalist? I mean, I think most of us over here as content creators have real jobs. Like we do other stuff. And for most of us, probably 99% of us are not professional interviewers. And I mean, damn, we are the T sector. I mean, what kind of questions did you think he was going to ask? Where did she go to school? What's her favorite color? Nah, we the T sector. Girl, when you start tricking. And who was your first trick? Valid questions for the T sector. I mean, these people was really like, he ain't no good, and I can't believe girl, we're talking about Adrian. Now listen. Now if Benji was to be interviewing B-Love, now I don't expect him to go over there and start doing all that. But this was Adrian. So yeah, he asked very valid questions of Adrian. Yes, he did. No, I think oftentimes in this sector, when somebody gets a little exclusive interview with somebody that everybody would have loved to interview, they get real jealous. They get real jealous. Thank you, Maureen. It was absolutely perfect for the T sector. Like I said, my takeaway was her talking about her mental illness. because I think it gives everyone, people can stop thinking like, why does she do the things that she does? Why does she act the way that she acts? It directly goes back to her own mental illness, right? That probably had a lot to do with her childhood and her upbringing. You know, what led her to turning tricks at 15? You know, where is the empathy in that? She had already exposed all of that stuff long before Benji got on the scene. I think other content creators were just jealous that they didn't get that interview. Or who's going to be willing to, you know, put that much time and effort. I mean, he put time and effort into getting that interview. He put time and effort. Drink cold water for the pause. What's the pause? What's up with this epic lie? Oh, you're projecting on it, but it was still a lot of, right. I know. I mean, I honestly, I've been hearing like bits and pieces of it because I came in the live like halfway through when it was live. And because Adrian's video, like I couldn't see her, you know, it was all messed up. So I went to Benji's live and was looking at it from his point of view, from his live. And I thought it was fine. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is the T sector. I mean, that was Adrian. I think a lot of people have had concerns about her. Oh, for the pulse. Oh, for my menopause. Oh, no, I should. I do need to drink way more water. I definitely do. Um, I think people have a lot of concern about Adrian. Do you feel bad for her? No. No. I don't really feel bad. Bad like how? I'm empathetic. I'm empathetic for her, but I don't feel really bad for her because, hi Burnett, because Adrian is going to do what she does. I don't think anybody should get like emotionally attached to her like that. You know, I think what's going to happen with Benji is that he's formed this relationship with her that is going to go left because Adrian is really not capable of having a genuine relationship with anybody. I think she does get along better with men than women, so they can have a sort of relationship, but I think it's going to go left. And when it does, it's just going to be ugly, just like all the rest of the collabs that we watched her go through. Empathetic, that's the better term. Yeah, I'm empathetic. It helped me when I was hot inside. Let me tell you something, Linda. I was so hot the other night with this menopause that I had ice packs all up on my neck and all over around my breasts. I had ice packs. My husband was like, "What is wrong with you?" Nothing. I'm just sitting here chilling with ice packs on my body. That's all. And she's not at all. Let's see. By next week, Adrian will be talking crazy about him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He got in my car and because he drove her car, I think. Remember when Lucille drove her car and Adrian said Lucille was the reason why her transmission went out? Benji, get ready to pay Adrian's new transmission bill. Because if anything go wrong with that car, she is going to blame you. Because if you drove her car, you're gonna be the reason why something go wrong, and now she gonna need you to pay that bill. It's no way you can please Adrian. Not the transmission. Right now, she's complaining about her tire. I think she said something about her tire. So she's gonna say that Benji ran over something, and that's why her tire is messed up. Or maybe B Love ran down to Florida and put a nail under her tire. And when she drove, that's how she ended up with the hole in her tire because B Love had put it in there. Adrian, I wanted to make a point about this too. Adrian has said in her video that they had diagnosed her and when she was in prison with schizophrenia. And then she went on to say, hi, Solo Ghost. And then she went on to say that, you know, she would do anything it took to make sure she was in a cell by herself because she didn't want to be with anybody else. And a lot of people do that. When they get to jail, they try to act crazy so that they can have a single cell. They be talking to themselves. And it be all cat because they just want to get special privileges. So somebody like me, you know, if I was working in that prison, you know, I would be like, girl, you do not have no schizophrenia. So schizophrenia. Hey, boy, stop capping. So, what's up, Kevin? I thought you went to work. Let me find out you at your job on this goddamn internet. So, if Adrian did get that diagnosis of being schizophrenic, that's only because she was in there putting on the biggest show. Yes, she is very paranoid, and we see that with her, but we also know from Nicole that she pops mollies. So that would make you paranoid. So that's why you get all that paranoia out of her. But what she not going to do is be out here lying on my paranoid schizophrenics. They go through enough in life for you to be out here frauding under their diagnosis. Adrian. Now, is Adrian bipolar? Yes, most likely, yes. Does Adrian have a personality disorder? Absolutely. I've already said that. It's borderline personality disorder. Usually people with that diagnosis cannot have friends, will never make friends, can't keep a friend, have very difficult relationships with other people. That's Adrian. All day. But where you get the empathy for her is that people with that mental health disorder, with that disorder, is based in childhood trauma, like significant childhood trauma. So yes, something probably happened with her in childhood. Now, not everybody acts out that way, you know, like, and everybody who goes through trauma in childhood doesn't end up with a mental illness. But she did. And it could be genetics. But overall, I didn't find the video. I thought the she does not act like frantic without medication. What you mean, Linda? She was definitely during that interview. She was definitely high. She was high as Cooter Brown. Is it Cooter or Scooter? Cooter and Scooter. She was high. At 15, something definitely happened to her. Absolutely. Absolutely something happened to her. You know, if it was, you know, financial, I need to make money. Most of us, when we turned 15, if we wanted to make money, we was like, I'm trying to go to McDonald's. Hey, Martina. You know, we're trying to go to McDonald's. We're trying to go get us a little job to make money. Not let me turn a trick. So you know a lot, you know, things have happened to her at that point, which is why her and her mother don't get along. You know, I think she already said her and her mother was on drugs, whatever. You know, there are millions of Adrians out there. That's why we got to protect our kids. We got to protect our especially our young girls. Especially our young girls. I mean, for me, that was the real takeaway from that video. Right, you wasn't thinking here for the two. Oh, I need some money. Let me go down here and trick off with Mr. Johnson down the street. Come on now. No. And I haven't met not one prostitute that like enjoyed her job. Like, yeah, I can't wait. No. They want the money. They definitely want the money, but that's all it is. And then they just learn to dissociate. Like, yeah, this man is on top of me, but in my mind, I'm somewhere else. I'm somebody else. I'm not even in this body at this point. That was the first time I heard her say she was hurt by her sister bringing it out. I'm sure she was, but I never heard her admit it. Oh, okay. Older men disgust me. Me too. As a young teen girl, as they used to flirt, knowing I was a minor, absolutely. Most people diagnosed with frantic without medication may run around without clothes on. Definitely, if they're diagnosed with schizophrenia or, you know, like something along those lines, because that's all under personality disorders too. And you mix that with drugs, like she already said she has a mental health disorder. She admitted to doing drugs. What do you think is going to be the outcome? What is the outcome? That's why she can meet somebody at a gas station and literally move in a house and sleep in a bed, and you don't even know them, which is what happened with Christine and that other child. And she could do the same thing with men. The same thing. Most of us would not even consider. I would sleep in that car before I slept in the bed with a stranger. But I don't have her history. And I was even thinking, like, you know, when I was watching the interview and listening to her responses and stuff, and I was just like, you know, you think like that could any turn of events could have made any of us an Adrian. Like, if you're not an Adrian, if you're not someone who was traumatized in childhood and you were, you know, kept safe as a child, then that's where the empathy comes in for her. Because that could have been anybody. That could be any of us. You know, born into a certain family, born into circumstances that created what she is. Oh, I can see that. Are you shorting schizophrenia? So that's why, I mean, as far as Benji is concerned and the video, it was fun. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Hi, Queen Gertrude. That make that. Mm-mm. I thought his. I think for him too, he was nervous, the nervousness, the unknowing. You know, how is she gonna act? What's gonna happen? You know, is she gonna act? You know, I think Benji was, you know, had that nervousness about him. You know, but he definitely has that arrogance, you know, that people are having an issue with, like that, let alone going home with them. Absolutely not. I mean, you know, no, we wouldn't do that. But when you already been traumatized and by 15 you turning tricks, you would. It's all about the survival, you know, and the manipulation really too on her part of what can I get out of that situation? You know, even with the old man right now, like that she's like bumming off of right now. I mean, how many of us would do that? That's what I said. I was surprised about the schizophrenia part. She's not schizophrenic. Adrian is not paranoid schizophrenic at all. Is she paranoid? Yes. But that is, now listen, she's bipolar. So she admitted to being bipolar. You can have bipolar with psychosis, but it usually doesn't last long. It may last a couple of weeks. But she has that paranoia because I think because of the mollies and because of drug use is why she's so paranoid. But if you, please, YouTube paranoid schizophrenic, watch a video of a real person dealing with schizophrenia and you tell me if that's her. That is not her. But then look up borderline personality disorder, and everything you read, the criteria to having that disorder, she meets all of those. She will meet those criteria. She definitely won't meet it for paranoid schizophrenic. No. But I'm not saying that a psychiatrist at one point in her life could have actually said that to her. Yeah. If she went into the jail acting like that, putting on that show of I'm schizophrenic and behaving in that way, talking to herself, talking to the moon, acting like she hearing voices. If I don't know her and I'm the clinician, then I may be like, okay, she's schizophrenic, but we'll watch to see what happens. What do you think about eating loaves? I say she was on suicide watch. What you mean she was eating loaves? I say she was on suicide watch. What part of it? Because I didn't listen to the whole video. I've been listening to bits and pieces on other people's videos. What was she eating? A loaf of what? Bread? She was eating a loaf of bread. People would do the darndest things to stay out of general pop. You know, they will do the dumbest stuff because in their mind, this is crazy acting. You know, I can get on meds. Maybe they can give me some Xannies. So they get in prison and they just be acting up. They really just be acting up. It's crazy because those are the people that get the services, and then the real schizophrenics and real people with major depression, they don't get the services in prison. But the actors be over there getting it. I know people with schizophrenia, they think everybody their enemy and won't live with anyone. Absolutely, Shelley. And they know them well. Even then, it's a stretch. Thank you. They would never operate the way she operates, ever. They're too paranoid. They paranoid about food like a bitch. Like, I've had schizophrenics that I've had to hospitalize because they wouldn't eat, because they were hallucinating that there were like bugs in their food or poison in their food or somebody was poisoning them. And they would never like go with strangers and live in their house and chill on their boats. Never. Because of the paranoia. They wouldn't do it. Girl, she said she was fed loaf. That's a mixture of prison. Oh, I guess all prisons call it different. You eat it. You get hungry enough, you're going to eat. You'll eat what you eat. Well, I think she said they had to isolate her because she was starting up with everybody they put in her cell because she wanted to be by herself. I mean, if she got some paranoia, yes. I mean, who else is walking around with a big ass knife on their chest? But then again, if I know I'm out in the street making enemies, hell yeah, I'm going to have to protect myself. That knife is saying to the world, like, leave me alone. Don't come near me. I'll cut you. I wonder what made her lie about that and about all her fights. I could see her getting into a couple of fights here and there, but you ain't bad. You ain't Miss Badass when you go to jail. Please. Please. She probably just wanted to be by herself. That's all. To avoid being in any fights. Because it's hard to get a cell by yourself. As soon as you get there, you gonna be with other people. You still got to go through the whole process of, do you got lice? What, you got to be sprayed and shit. Girl, bye. You're not going to jail and getting your own apartment. That ain't happening. That is not happening. That was all cat. Because she was probably on suicide watch. Oh, yeah, probably. Because all you got to do is say, I'm going to kill myself. If you say, I'm going to kill myself or somebody else, you already going to be on isolation. Because you can't be trusted. You cannot be trusted. So that's all that was. Does she have mental illness? Yes, she already said that. Do I think it's paranoid schizophrenia? Absolutely not. No. No, 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 no. Not in its truest form. No. Maybe she got beat up really bad a few times in jail and snapped. Nah, she went in there with that mental illness. And she's scary. For honestly, like as much as she tried to be a Billy badass, listen, I know if I'm in the street and I know I don't talk shit about people, I know I don't try to use people, and I'm bad, I ain't gotta be out here like literally like scared to death, like, oh God, I gotta have a gun, I gotta have my well shit, I'm gonna have a gun. I gotta have my knife on me so nobody won't mess with me. She's scary. But that knife ain't gonna mean anything if they come up behind you. She out in Florida making a bunch of enemies with people, and that's all about her diagnosis. Being borderline, you got ask any borderline person you know, they got a ton of enemies. Because everywhere they go, they ruin it. You ain't gonna see her in that house she in for long. That old man ain't gonna put up with her. She gonna do something. She gonna snap on him. His children gonna finally come around and be like, Papa, who is this? Who this woman in the house? Who this? And then they gonna slide up on her, get the fuck out my dad's house. Same way I would do, or you would do. Who the hell is this woman in your house, daddy? No, no. I mean, that's why a lot of people, B Love should help her. B Love, y'all see what she go do? Who would want that in their daily life? Who would want to deal with something like that in their daily life? Who? 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 I'm telling you who. I mean, we all got family and we may have friends. Family, usually we got to continue to deal with. Friends, we can cut them off. But family, and I'm not, people always say, oh, you got problems too. I've heard that in my comment section. Yeah, definitely. I've definitely got issues with family members and all that stuff too. And of course, I have issues that I have to deal with in my own life. And sometimes we play the part of an enabler. We definitely do that. Even with everything that I, have gone through in my own life and with other people in my life, we still make mistakes and stuff like that. But could you imagine if Adrian was your sister and you've done everything you could for her and she still turn around and stab you in the back? She'll still turn around and chill with your enemies. Like, come on now, how much do you think B Love should take? And then after this last, mess with this, with, KK, putting all her business out and Adrian loves it. She thinks it's funny. She enjoys watching that all unfold. It wouldn't hurt her in the least if a video came out. And that's your sister? So yeah, B Love let her go. And she needs to let her go. She's dangerous. And I say that to anybody who's dealing with somebody with borderline personality. I don't even treat them in practice. I don't. I do not. I have like one borderline that I've dealt with for like a few years. I was clear with her. Right. It's not easy, Linda. It's not easy. Sometimes we can be that way. Sometimes we can be that way. We can enable even when we don't want to. Because a lot of us are just like good people and we want to help people. I think that's why Benji started out, he did a video on her kind of that got him in the sector. And then, she dissed him, said some, negative things about him. And then he did a more negative video about her or whatever. But then he started feeling kind of like empathy for her, I think, and started sending her super chats to help, not super chats, but cash apps to help her out. And for Adrian, that was a way like, oh, well, I'm cool with him now, which is fine. And But I think for Benji moving forward, I wouldn't be like talking to Adrian. Like I would just leave it alone. Like if you want to send her, help, send her a couple dollars, that's nice. But don't in your mind, Benji, ever in your living life think that Adrian is going to be a friend. She will not. She is not going to be a friend. Don't tell her none of your personal business. Don't tell her nothing about nothing. 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 Don't do it. But Benji can snap too. So, I mean, if she snap, he'll snap. I help people by not being in it. Uh-huh. Yep, exactly, Linda. I know. I know. I know. I mean, because a lot of people, hi, Debbie, as much as we talk crap about the tea sector and this sector, a lot of people in this sector are good people and they want to help each other out. And so many, people, send each other support, behind the scenes, and all that kind of stuff. So, and I think people take advantage of that. I think that's another thing that people got to be careful of, that not all content creators are on the up and up, and if you got somebody, we got a viewer who is like, lonely or looking for friends or trying to find a connection, they can get taken advantage of. And YouTube ain't protecting nobody from that. You can definitely get taken advantage of on this app. People will take advantage of you. I mean, and then when you don't say, hello to them in a live chat, they freak the fuck out because in their mind, y'all friends. So yeah, nah. I think he's got to be, careful. This app is fun. You can learn some things and do all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times, these are people's real life. And then I always think, like, how would I feel if those particular things were happening to me and everybody knew about it? I think some waiting for the crash and burn sort of want to see how it's going to end for A. Oh, I know. I know. It's not going to end well. I think Benji asked her, like, what do you want, like, for your future? And it was like, listen to a little girl, like, I just want to, live by the water and I just want to be at peace, like calm. Thank you, Linda. Thumbs up the line. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. It was like listening to a little girl, like, I just want world peace. You know what I mean? To hear Adrian, be that vulnerable. And that's what all of us want. We want peace. We want to live and have somebody care about us and we care about them. But her way of getting to that goal, because of her personality, what are the chances of that really happening? At the end of, I don't hate her. I don't think any of us hate her. We don't have a reason to hate her. It's sad to say, but I think that's why so many is egging her. Oh, wow. Isn't that crazy? Like they want to see it like, like, no. I think a lot of people, I think I do. I wish her the best. Absolutely wish her the best. Does she care that we wish her the best? No. No, she don't care that we wish her the best. She don't. She doesn't have the ability to give a damn. But if I sent her some cash apps, she, we could be we'll be best friends until she decides we're not. That's just how it is. I want her to get the help she needs and deserves. Absolutely. Unfortunately, for our folks out there with personality disorders, they don't do better. They don't. We don't see a significant improvement in their behaviors and the way they think. We haven't created the right medications. Not that they're doomed. I'm just saying it is what it is. Right. It's no cure for it. I don't think you're going to see any significant changes in her that make people say, "Oh my God, she's doing so much better." No. If you send her money, she's she gonna eat with it because she need to eat, but she also gonna get high. Not at all. I know I don't hate her. I used to sub, but I just could not take the way she was treating people. Oh yeah. Does it get worse with age? Yes. You know why? For women, it's going to get worse for her because her menopause is going to start to affect it. The hormonal changes will start to affect her mental illness, and usually it's not well. You don't do better. You get worse. Yeah. So you'll see. Go to some of our bigger, not even bigger cities. You can go to your own city and see how many elderly, older women who are homeless and mentally ill. I'm out by Philly, New York. It used to be a thing where you just saw like men like on the street mentally ill and homeless. No, 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 no. We have a lot of older women. She will be, God forbid, hopefully it won't happen. But once she's not valuable on the street, as far as being able to sell her ass, like right now, she can still make money. But as you get older, you're not going to make money like that. These nasty ass tricks, really, they want little girls. They want little girls and they want transgenders. That's what make the money. Little girls and transgenders. So as somebody like her, as they get older and they're not valuable on the street anymore. They just end up literally in the street. Your beauty fades, that booty fades. They just don't want the old women. Yeah, they don't want them old women on the street. They do a lot of head work, but that's about it. They're not making, and you can do that for $10. And then the more you know that you're not even desired even on the street, that might send you to using more and more drugs. So, and then for her not to accept help, I don't know. It's just a scene I've seen so many times. But I don't think Benji has made another video. I'm sure he's back in California by now. I didn't know he was from California. I was surprised when he said that. I don't know where I thought he was from. I don't know where I thought Benji was from, but I was surprised that he said he came from California. I know he travels a lot. If I've seen on his page, like, he was saying how he's traveling and stuff like that. Maybe I thought he was from Chicago. But I don't know. I mean, it really tells you too, like, even though, Adrienne acts the way she acts or does whatever she does, she's got a nice little following. I mean, we're all talking about her. You know what I mean? We talk about her. We do videos about her, who her sister is, and, all of that stuff. And, if she was well, she could have really benefited from all of that. But, excuse me, I have to try to put my phone up. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna drop y'all. Sorry. She entertains us, but at the same time, we wouldn't want her to be, a family member, would we? Excuse me. All right, guys. Hold on. I'll put y'all back up on the scene. Now y'all crooked. Child, I'm crooked and y'all crooked. He's not country enough for Chicago. Oh, God. After he started talking about them Versace pants, I'll say, oh, yeah, he's from California. He definitely from California. I said he definitely from California, honey. Honey, wearing them Versace pants. So what took a takeaway from me about Benji, I don't know if y'all heard him say that he has low self-esteem. Did y'all hear him say that? Benji said, because she was trying to get the camera on him or off of him or something. And he was like, you'll be surprised that if I told you, I have really low self-esteem, which makes sense why. Linda, did you hear him say that? Because Linda be hearing everything in the interview. Or was that just me? But I did hear Benji say something about he has low self-esteem. Yeah, he did say that. He said it kind of really quick. He said it when they were in the restaurant, and he also said it afterwards when they were out to eat. But that's on, I think, her page. Yeah, y'all wanted to see. And I thought that was interesting about him because he can be so. I thought Adrian said her mom has low self-esteem. No, she said her mom was a narcissist. And the only reason why Adrian was talking shit about her mom, because she had told Benji she just got off the phone with her mom, who hung up on her. And she hung up on her mom. That's because she was mad at her mom. That's why she started talking shit about her mom. Hi, distracted. And then holla, and yes, he said it more than once. Yes. Distracted said she done fell out the distracted, you fell out the bushes. I do that all the time. I'd be like, oh hell no. So yes, he did say that. That was interesting to me because of how kind of aggressive he is. He reminds me of someone who is like, I'm going to cuss y'all out before you could cuss me out. I'm going to make you feel fucked up before you could ever make me feel that way. Which is why, like Benji takes me as a person who has like this soft side, but he can easily flip that on you. We saw him do that with Connection Rejection. Now, y'all know me and Jackson Rection. Did I just call her Jackson? I'm trying to think of a new name because I'm just mean to her. But anyway, Connection Rejection, like he was trying to be like nice to her, which I told him, she gonna throw you under the bus. I put that in one of his comments, and she did. But he was like trying to be nice to her, and of course she didn't appreciate it because she's weird. Hey, girl. And he flipped the shit on her. And he's still flipping on her. She did mumble that about her mom. She did. I didn't hear her say that, distracted. Oh, she did call her mom low self-esteem and a narcissist. And y'all think about that. If she believes that about her mom, when did she realize that about Miss Denise? When she was grown up? Her and Miss Denise, somebody even said that her and Miss Denise shared the same man at one time. They both was having a relationship with the same man. So we can't, I think maybe if Adrian was, Miss Denise had Adrian and somebody else came along and raised her, maybe she wouldn't be the Adrian we know today. But through nature and nurture, this is who we got. I ain't gonna say Miss Denise was a bad mom, but I'm gonna say, where were you when your 15-year-old daughter was tricking? What was you doing? Where were you? So yeah. But that was interesting about Benji. I think if she says one disheartening thing moving forward about Benji, he will flip out. Yeah, Benji he will flip out, and then that'll be the end of that, which is fine. We've seen it before. I mean, Heidi tried to have a relationship with her, and we saw how that went left. And child, please. Sounds like the movie Precious. Oh, yes. Yeah. It's giving me very much Precious vibes. I mean, just thank God Adrian didn't. I mean, she was responsible enough not to have children. Thank God she didn't. Imagine if a child had to be drug along with her through all of this. Thank God she didn't. And the aunt and the mom beef is very telling of how she is with B. Yeah, like a learned behavior. This is how you treat your sister. This is how I saw my mom treat her sister. Probably talked about her in the street, talked about her like a dog. And then Adrian is like, that's my favorite aunt. That's your favorite aunt, but you know me, I'm your mother, and you know me and her beefing, but that's your favorite aunt. Just a bunch of dysfunction. Just a bunch of dysfunction. That's why she rather be on that boat with that old man. She don't even like black men like that. On that boat with that old man getting ate up by them Florida flies, than to go back to Miss Denise and say, Mama, I need help. Mama, I need help. She'd rather sit on that boat in the middle of that water, can't swim, throwing potato chips in the water, let the fish eat them, getting ate up by dragonflies, gnats, mosquitoes, horseflies, than to go back and say, Mom, I need help. Ew, his breath. You know old men don't take baths. That breath smelled just like it smelled down in his pants. His pants and that breath got the same stank. I guess he was like, well, y'all remember when he said, you want to go back to the boat and sleep? And she looked at me. It was like a little kid. She looked at me and said, yeah, you want to go to the boat and sleep? Y'all realize she knew him like only a couple hours. She needed a place to stay. That's the mentality of a borderline, homeless, on drugs. Finally, the old man was like, well, damn, I guess I'm going to have to take her back to the house because I'm about to get off this boat. A bad tooth. Does she even know that old man's last name? Child. According to Nicole, she be trying to steal from her tricks. Poor old man. Oh, Lord, he about to get a Social Security check. Ain't it August 1st? His pension and his Social Security check about to come in. But I hope somebody on the app show the internet, because I think Wanda posted this picture. It was blurry. It was blurry, but I could see kind of what he looked like. I hope one of his grandchildren be like, God damn it, is that Papa? And they come and go over to the house and straighten this up, because he is getting his Social Security check this week. And his pension check. By next week, y'all ain't going to see her in that house no more. It'll be somewhere else. Today is the 1st. Oh, Lord, Pop. Lord, Pop, his direct deposit might have hit. It's going to hit between now and the 15th. And he got a house and a boat. 2 boats. You know he getting a little decent check. Oh, shit. All that for a little bit of cootie. Oh, well, y'all. Well, everybody keep your eyes open. We'll continue to watch, we'll continue to see what, comes of all of this. I don't think it'll be a surprise to any of us. I mean, it is what it will be. She doesn't want help, so it's no sense of any of you thinking that you can help her in any kind of way. You cannot. If you want to continue to help her financially, then that's a blessing. You will be blessed. You will be blessed. But to help her in the sense of her living a normal life, doing normal things, living within normal society rules, no. Can you imagine being an old, nasty man looking for a quick, good time, and you end up with a homeless woman? Yes, yes. That is what happened to Pop. He had no idea that he was going to have to be dragging Adrian along. He thought he would go on the boat, she would give him oral, he would try to do it to her, because once they get that oral, it's a done deal down in them pants. He'll feed her, and it's done. No, she won't go home, because she ain't got no home. Then finally, he had to go back to the house. And Adrian sitting there. He like, yeah, well, I'm going back home. And she, can I come? It's too much. Now he's stuck with her. He gonna have to call one of his children to get her out of there. He gonna have to call Junior. Everybody got a Junior. He gonna have to call Junior. He gonna have to call Junior, and Junior gonna have to come in there and ask that lady to leave. That's the only way he gonna get her out of there. That's it. She ain't going nowhere until Junior or his oldest daughter come over there and run her up out of there. She ain't going nowhere. She was going live in whatever house that was. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Pictures on the wall. She looked back like, oh yeah, girl. Oh, what happened to all her pictures? I guess she done lost her storage unit. If I see her storage unit on, y'all ever watch the show? What's that storage unit show called? What if we see her? What if they go to her storage unit and start selling her shit? I'll be like, that's Adrian. That's Adrian stuff. Poor thing. She could have went to Salvation Army because they help people keep their storages. They would have helped pay for her storage for 3 months. See, if she stopped being so mean to me, I'll tell her I will help her out on how to get hooked up in Florida with services. Well, hopefully when her check starts rolling back, she'll be able to pay for her own. That's true. She will. Storage Wars. Finding me again, fell out the bushes. Finding me again, you fell out the bushes. Thank you. Girl, what if we see her stuff? Yep, them kids gonna come get her out if he has kids or a grandkid. Yeah, they will. Like, Daddy, who is this? No, Well, he's gonna call them once money start missing from his checking account. Once the money start missing from his checking account, that's when he's gonna call them. And that's when, hi, Nyla. You fell out the bushes too. Which girl, sometimes I really be like, I'm staying in the bushes. I'm staying in the bushes. And somebody say something, I'm like, that ain't right. I gotta say something. She needs services. I will hook her up, but she don't act right. I can't be trying to call people. And she turned around and just start fucking up. I'm in PA. But I could sure help her out, even though she way in Florida. Nope. Nope. Girl, it is. Damn. And I'm crooked because it's crooked on the thing. It's that messed up. You know what? Part of the reason why is my dad keep calling me, so I'm gonna have to let y'all go because this man is not gonna stop calling me until I say, "What you need, Daddy? What's up? How you doing? What?" So everybody have a good night. I think Boy Stop Captain, when he get off work, he's gonna finish up the video. So that might be about 9, 10. No, what time? I don't know. It's 9 o'clock here in PA. But when he get off work, I think around 11 o'clock Chicago time, he's gonna finish up watching the interview, so we can all go over there. And then if you have insomnia, Here for the Tea is usually partying like it's 1999. I'm sorry, y'all. She'll be partying good night around midnight to about 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, it got fuzzy because my dad keep calling me and I'm on my phone. All right, y'all. Good night. Bye.